EV Comply, simplifying your charge point installations.
It's a brand new month, Friday the 2nd of September, and a brand new podcast. Let's see what's been happening this week, courtesy of EV Comply in the EV industry. Road trip and EVs aren't yet coming in the same sentence, but they should, because the best road trip for electric vehicles in the country is, in fact, I feel like we need a drum roll, it's the Lake District. Yep, the land of the lakes. Now, this is according to Saga. The route takes in the very best of the Lake District, including Grasmere and Ambleside, and according to Saga, it's the road trip where you're most likely to have a charging point to hand in the shortest possible time. With a distance of 17.7 miles and 10 charging points along the scenic route, you only need roughly 0.08 charges to complete it. So the land of the lakes is coming in at number 1 for EV road trips, ahead of Jurassic Coast and Norfolk Coast that were also on the list. Chinese electric automaker BYD is planning to enter a number of major European markets with 3 fully electric passenger vehicles, the Han, Tang and the Atto 3. This will not be BYD's first introduction to Europe, having already started selling the Tang in Norway back in August 2021 on a pilot basis. They've also sold electric buses in the UK previously. This is an exciting one this week. Drax is offering green-minded UK hotels the chance to win up to £10,000 to fund the installation of EV charging stations in their car parks. It's in a move designed to showcase how the provisions of EV infrastructure can help firms in the hospitality sector attract new business while slashing emissions. The competition, which is open to members of the hospitality sector's Energy and Environment Alliance, is offering the chance for hotels to win both the supply and installation of EV charge points on their premises, in addition to the first 3 years of service, software and maintenance, all free of charge. The competition, which opens for entry on the 1st of September, so yesterday, until the 18th of November, is to be assessed by a judging panel comprising representatives from both Drax and the EEA, with the winner to be announced in December this year. Policymakers have been warned for years that the UK's EV stock is growing faster than expected, outpacing installations of charging infrastructure. New studies out this week highlight how the challenge has grown, with EV uptake having risen in recent months. The Motor Ombudsman conducted a survey this quarter, finding that 48% of UK car owners are concerned about whether they can continue paying high prices for petrol and diesel after the cost of filling an average car with a 55-litre tank surpassed £100 in June. Motorists with the ability to do so are now more likely to consider switching to electric. Drivers will have better access to electric vehicle charge points across the country through a new pilot backed by £20 million of government and industry funding that was announced on the 24th of August. Through the innovative Local EV Infrastructure Pilot Scheme, local authorities and industries will work together to create new commercial EV charging infrastructure for residents, from faster on-street charge points to larger petrol station-style charging hubs. The rollout supports the government's drive to encourage more motorists to go electric, which can save drivers money on fuel and running costs and improve air quality as the country moves towards net zero. The winners of the pilot fund are Barnet, Dorset, Durham, Kent, Midlands Connect, North Yorkshire, Nottinghamshire, Suffolk and Warrington. The funding is expected to deliver over 1,000 public charge points across these areas. It is the talk of the town, and rightfully so. Britain's energy regulator Ofgem has announced the latest energy price cap will increase to £3,549 per year for an average household from the 1st of October. That's a rise of 80%. Now, according to Ofgem, the reason for the rise is down to the continued rise in wholesale gas prices due to the Russian invasion of Ukraine and its fallout in the industry. Following the Ofgem announcement of an increase to the energy price cap, that will take effect from the 1st of October, many, and rightfully so, are worried about the future for the energy industry in Britain. The RAC can confirm, though, for those who own an EV, it is still cheaper to own and run one, even with the rising costs, than it is to have a petrol or diesel vehicle. We love this story. The second largest healthcare system in the world, the UK's NHS, is releasing a new EV ambulance fleet to do its part in alleviating the mental health crisis and cutting carbon emissions. So if you live in the UK, your next ride to the hospital may be in a battery electric powered ambulance. That's because the NHS is running a trial with 21 net zero emission EV ambulances. The electric vehicle trial is part of the NHS goal of reaching net carbon zero by 2040 and will be dedicated to servicing the growing mental health epidemic. Now this is cool. Paythrough, a payments technology company, has launched a solution combining parking and EV charging into a single transaction, increasing the ease of accessibility within the market. The solution is designed to prevent the issues surrounding purchasing both a parking ticket and a separate ticket for charging purposes by combining the solutions. EV users will be able to purchase both under one transaction, utilizing a cloud system. The park and charge system automatically initiates the EV charge at the connected charge point and supports both time-based and kWh-based tariffs, increasing accessibility for drivers. It is argued that this approach makes the consumer experience as simple and easy as possible and significantly mitigates the risk of penalty charge notices. Now this is a bit of an odd one this week. California goes haywire. Listen to this. EV car owners were told not to charge their vehicles because of a heat wave. Now this was just days after the government announced a 2035 ban on gas cars in California. Now Californians are being advised not to charge their EV cars during certain hours as a 90-degree heat wave is rolling in. The Californian Independent System Operator has called for residents across the state to reduce energy usage between 4 and 9 p.m. when the system is the most stressed because demand for electricity remains high. Now 90-degree heat and an EV that's not charged, you would be in a very bad mood, wouldn't you? The Tesla Model Y RWD has launched here in the UK, but at a much higher price than Australia. In fact, there's around a 15 grand discrepancy. Now, the interesting part of the Model Y release in the UK has been the pricing. The design studio shows the price of the Model Y RWD at £51,990 here in the UK. It's expensive, but I'm sure it won't stop those Tesla fanatics from purchasing. Wrightsbus, a co-antrim firm, has secured one of the UK's largest ever electric vehicle bus orders. The £81 million order, totalling 193 buses, is the largest EV bus purchase outside of London, and we're very thrilled that it yet again is here in the UK. Also in the UK-based electric vehicle infrastructure specialist Connected Curb has won a deal to deliver on-street EV chargers for a groundbreaking project in New York. How very cool. Now, the curbside charging pilot will provide a blueprint for New York to roll out 10,000 on-street chargers by 2030, driving up EV ownership amongst the 50% of residents that park their cars on streets. Now, I'm sure people in the office are going to be fighting over who needs to fly to New York and work that contract. And finally, as the podcast this week seems to be very British-led, it's only right I end on this. A UK stunt driver has created the world record for the tightest parallel parking for an EV. Now, apart from the Guinness Book of World Records for the tightest parallel car park, which Paul Swift now owns, he has many other records in his name. You can check out the video, it's very cool, via our EV-Comply social media pages. So that is all from us as ever. Thank you for listening. I'll be back with you next Friday. If you wish to get involved with the podcast, either an interview or have your business or products mentioned, please do contact us at ev-comply.com. And from everybody here, you have a fantastic weekend.